Hi everyone, I'm Stoat for those who don't know me, which is like most of you because this is my first video with my voice in it. Today I'm going to be sketching and talking about the comic series that I've been slowly working on, and hopefully I'm going to post it at some point. The first thing that I came up with in this story was actually the magic system. I'm a really big astronomy fan and I love light sources, so I started sketching a bunch of lanterns with stars in them, and I was like, hey, what if you could do magic, but like the magic was from the lantern? And that's how I came up with the idea. Every lantern in this world has a literal star inside of it, like our sun. Every time a new lantern is created, a star is taken out of the universe and is put in the lantern so the bearer, which is what the magic casters are called in this world, can perform magic. They can only be created from stars that people can visibly see from Earth, so there's a very limited number of them. They're usually owned by the richest few or are passed down as family heirlooms, or are owned by local governments. Bearers of the lantern are able to focus energy blasts, imbue other objects with limited amounts of magic, and other powers that tend to vary depending on the type of star kept in the lantern. It takes a lot of practice to be able to use the lantern magic, and each bearer has a somewhat unique way of communicating with the star, which is like, some people use like body language, some people literally like say the names of the spells out loud, stuff like that. But it's not actually the only way to perform magic, which is something I will touch back on later in the video. I wanted to create a magic system that was really flexible and focused more on the impacts of magic in their world rather than like what the magic can do or the limits of it. The lanterns function as basically unlimited magic batteries from the point of view of a human. The stars have so much energy and create so much light that once you're able to communicate with this thing, you're able to do basically unlimited stuff. It's just based on the scarcity of the resource because there are not that many lanterns. The story follows three protagonists. There's Willow, Victor, and Adelaide. They're on a quest to find this mysterious guy who's usually referred to as the bearer of the bronze hourglass. They possess the only known black hole lantern. Unlike most lanterns, instead of having a star, it has a black hole in it. No one knows what this does or how this person got it. All three characters are convinced that getting this artifact will solve all of their problems. The trio end up joining together despite not really liking each other all that much on their journey. I really like these guys. I've been sketching them for a couple months and their designs are not finalized, and I will probably change a lot of aspects of this story as I continue on with the concept work because this is all very new. Willow, who's the first character in the trio, is a librarian and a researcher from one of the larger cities in this world. Do I know what city it is or what it's like there? Not yet, but that's okay. We're still working on this. She specializes in magic research. She was sent on a trip to find the bronze hourglass so she could bring it back to the university she works at so it can be studied. The lantern she has in the illustrations that I'm showing you is not actually owned by her and is a loaner from her university so she can protect herself on her journey. Because of this is her first time actually learning how to do magic despite having a lot of like book knowledge on it, so it is a very new experience for her. The second character in the trio is named Victor. Victor is the first lantern bearer that Willow sees on her journey, and he's like strangely eager to join Willow on her mission and to help her learn to use magic. He's not really a good teacher, but he has a very intuitive use of magic because he's been using it for a while, but he's pretty cagey about where he's from or anything like that, so Willow doesn't really know that much about him, but he seems nice enough, I guess. As the pair continue farther from home, they start hearing rumors of someone called the Sunlight Witch. In this world, there are actually many ways to use magic. One of the ways that most people don't use because it is significantly more difficult than using a lantern is sunlight magic. If you focus enough sunlight in one area, you're able to cast spells similar to lanterns, but it takes a lot of light and it's really difficult. So like the Sunlight Witch character I will show you later has mirrors on her dress so she can reflect more light into one spot, and she has panels on her hat that also concentrate light. It's kind of like when you try to burn an ant with a magnifying glass. You need to focus the light into one place so you can use it. The character they meet here is Adelaide. She is deeply against the creation of lanterns and wants all of the stars to be put back in their place, but currently in this world there is no way to do that. She thinks that if she finds the bronze hourglass, she will be able to figure out a way to put them back. She believes it's unethical to take stars from the solar systems that might have life around them, like ours does, and this is a thought that has never occurred to her two traveling partners. Okay, for this part, I'm going off script, so if I get a little rambly, whatever. I'm gonna be going through some of the concept art that I have been making for this in kind of chronological order, but also I kind of just have it all in this folder, so it's not gonna be perfectly in chronological order. This drawing was the first one I did for the entire universe, shockingly enough. And this is actually Victor's original design. He was the character that I had the concept for the first, but as you can tell, his design has changed a lot. After that, I did this sketch page in my math notebook, which has some very rough sketches of the original designs. So this one in the center here is Adelaide, this is Victor, and then here's another sketch of Adelaide with her signature very large dress. I ended up taking these mirrors off of the skirt of the dress, just because I didn't want to draw them, but I still think it's kind of cool. This is young Victor over here, plus some lantern sketching. And then up here, we have another sketch of Adelaide doing magic. She looks really angry over here. And then here's some early Willow sketches. And then the intermediate value theorem, because I was taking calculus. Here is one of the drawings that I did. This is Willow. I am super happy with how I did the lighting on her face. Like, I really like this. And I like how I drew her lantern. I don't know what I was doing with the hand there. And this is also an older version of her design. I ended up changing how her outfit looks. There's actually matching ones for the other two characters. So this is Adelaide in her awesome hat. I'm biased, but I like her hat a lot. Here's the mirrors that I was mentioning earlier. She has mirrors and panels on her hat so she can focus the light more effectively and actually do magic. And then this one is Victor's. This one's probably my least favorite of the trio, but I still think it came out pretty well. Here's his lantern. His is handheld instead of being a staff. This is also one of their early designs. This is just a lineup. I originally did it in my notebook, and then I colored it digitally. So we got Victor, we have Willow, and we have Adelaide. This is the bearer of the bronze hourglass. That redacted thing on the left, I can't show you for spoiler reasons, because that's what he looks like underneath the cloak. And you're gonna have to wait around and find out. This is also one of the earlier sketches. This is me just, like, designing different lanterns. So this is, like, I think this one was a red giant, and then this one is the bronze hourglass. The way I was imagining this works is the center ring kind of flips, and the black hole, like, swaps between the two sides, and, like, when it's in the middle, it gets, like, kind of, like, spiky. I don't know. I just like spiky light. I think it looks really cool. This one was, I think, a blue giant. I like how I structured the lantern. I was just using random references of lanterns I found and trying to make them all look interesting. I'm not used to designing props, so this is kind of new for me. This one is just like a regular yellow dwarf, I believe, kind of like our sun. This one's on a staff. I like how I did the, like, bottom part here. I think that's pretty fun. This is one of the earlier sketches I did. It's very rough, but, like, I enjoyed the character acting here. This is them all kind of camping out for the night and chatting with each other. This one is just funny to me. You guys know the reference. Here are some thumbnails that I did for, like, world building, but these aren't actually specifically for the architecture. I kind of just wanted to thumbnail out color palettes for the different settings that they would be in. I ended up making bigger versions of both this one and this one, and I plan on making the other two at some point. I really like the, like, low contrast foggy castle city. You can't really see because this is, like, a very rough thumbnail, but all of these are, like, stone pillars, and the entire city is made of that with some kind of retaining wall. This is like a small town that's in the middle of the woods, so it's, like, always really dark. So it's mostly dark blue with yellow accents, and the whole setting would look like that. I actually have these characters on Art Fight. So this is Adelaide's Art Fight reference. This is what she looks like. She's got some potions here. She makes the potions by imbuing them with sunlight. It's easier for her to do that because, like, sunlight isn't always there, and since there's no stars in the sky, she can't really do anything at night. So she puts the magic in potions preemptively and can use those. Here is Willow's Art Fight reference. This is her more updated design. I had, like, done some outfit concepts in my sketchbook. I don't have that with me right now, but I will do a sketchbook tour at some point. So I gave her this, like, fun little cloak thing, and then I changed her design motif to be a little bit more, like, scalloped, and I think it came out pretty well. Victor, I still need to redesign. I think his outfit is really boring. He's my least favorite of the three designs, by far. But I still like him. He's a fun character. This is one of the larger thumbnails that I started. I don't have, like, a regular speed paint of this, but I can show you guys my time-lapse replay. I painted over it. I think this came out really well. I have been really enjoying doing landscapes recently. Here's her holding one of her potions, and she was helping out this little family out on the clifftop. With what? Who knows? I don't know. This is, again, just kind of for atmosphere and concept sketching. Same with this one. This one caused me a lot of trouble because I had a lot of issues trying to figure out the sizing and the perspective on the trees. So I ended up modifying this a lot, as you can tell by like my really strange groupings. I tend to paint in only like 1 or 2 layers, so every time I change something, I have to like select it and move it around and just like paint on top, which is fun but tedious. I also did a couple test comic pages, so I did this one first. I'm not super happy with the line art, but I enjoyed painting the campfire a lot, as you can probably tell because it's like one of the most detailed things in the scene. This is Adelaide spotting a star and then a new lantern being created that very night as it pops out of existence. And then I did this one, which is kind of a sillier panel just to like establish character interactions a little bit. Victor does not actually know that much about how lanterns work or why they work. He doesn't really feel the need to, and that bothers both of his traveling companions a lot. That's all I can show you today, but I hope you enjoyed this little introduction to my story. Stella Lanterns is a story that's really special to me, and I plan to make it into a webcomic as I get further into writing and the concept stages. If you like my characters or art, or you just want to listen to me talk about who knows what, it would mean the world to me if you would like this video and subscribe. YouTube videos are a hobby I'd like to continue doing, and your support means a lot. I will be doing paint with me's, more concept art, and maybe even art requests in the future. That's all for now, and see you in the next video.